As many of you know, I've known Henry for 28 years, and I'm humbled that Henry asked me to be his best man. So for me, this is about sharing a few stories, and thanks to Henry and his new wife, Catherine. Henry has always had an absolute passion for sport, and luckily, he's been able to incorporate it in his work today with the BBC. I'll always remember the time that we went to Old Trafford, which must have been for your 8th or 9th birthday. And John, JP, you probably remember the 15 burgers that we ate each that day. But this was the start of many live football matches and sports events that we've seen together, whether it be Wimbledon, where we snuck onto centre court and made it onto television, Twickenham for the Heineken Cup finals, or Wembley for the last Rugby World Cup. Henry's an avid and brilliant skier. When I was in Switzerland, Henry made the effort to visit me in Lausanne for a weekend, probably one of the best weekends skiing ever. We also enjoyed many fantastic ski trips together with our families, whether that's been over to Whistler in Canada, over to the French Alps. We've also enjoyed many great games of tennis together, crashing out of competitions with more serious 8-year-old components. But I guess for us, it's always been just about having fun. Another passion for Henry is golf. Here, John and Tom Banks often join us for extra competition. Sometimes it gets a bit too competitive, and Henry throws the golf clubs across the course. But again, it's always fun, and I hope to enjoy many more games together. Henry and I used to work at the airport together, so I apologise for getting you into that job. It was probably one of the worst jobs we've ever had. Unsociable hours, constantly watching people go on holiday. So it was about this time Henry decided that he wanted a break, and he moved into radio. I was still working at the airport at the time, so after a shift, Henry invited me to his new studio. He'd landed his first role in hospital radio. He was working at Epsom Hospital. The studio was a really small shed at the back of the hospital car park. And as I arrive, Henry, with a massive grin on his face, waves me over and says, "Quick, we've got about 30 seconds until this track's over, and I'm back on air." Inside, Henry's in his element. He's driving the desk with hundreds of lights, gadgets, CDs all around us. I'd really had no idea how he was doing this. And he turns to me and says, "Felix, right, this will be funny. We're going to get you to go on air now. I want you to say a few words and then come up with a song recommendation. But as we're in a hospital, make sure the song has got absolutely nothing to do with death or ill health." Nowadays, Henry's moved on from hospital radio. He works for the BBC. It's a fantastic position, interviewing world-class sports athletes. Always, and I think importantly, always making the effort to invite me along whenever there's an opportunity. It's been 4 years since Henry met Catherine, and during this time, they've shared their passion for the outdoors, country walks, theatre, and travelling. And during this time, Sarah and I have been made to feel very welcome by Catherine's friends, Vicky, Jenna, Dan, Lawrence, Johnny. So thank you. Catherine, you're looking beautiful today, and I'm sure that you will have a lifetime of happiness with Henry. He is the most optimistic, caring, and thoughtful person, a great friend to me, and nothing ever gets Henry down. You also very well suited together. Please be upstanding. To the new Mr. and Mrs. Monk.